I wanted to share with you today a conversation I had with a dear client of mine, Julio. And Julio was frustrated because he feels really good. He feels like he's sleeping well. He's going to bed with the room being dark and cold. He's satisfying appetite. He's going to bed physically satisfied. But he's noticing that his stress score on the Garmin dashboard is quite high. He's noticing that the body battery isn't bouncing back the way he anticipated. The conversation stemmed from why? What is it telling us? And I think this is a really insightful question because when you are making sure that you're eating enough calories, the cool part about the Garmin is you can see what you're burning on a daily basis just to stay alive as well as activity. You have a good ballpark of what you should be consuming to reduce stress on the human body. You know what your perspiration rate is. You're using our sweat rate calculator. If you don't have it, you can find it in the description box below under our resource page. If you know what your sweat rate is and you know that you're staying properly hydrated during the day, you know that stress is not being put on the body because you're dehydrated. If we know that you're satisfying hunger before you go to bed, we see that your sleep duration is 8 to 9 hours. We see that your deep sleep numbers are close to 2 hours. Your wake time is less than 15. For all intents and purposes, those are great numbers. And here's the key word. The body should be showing that it's recovering. High body battery, You should see a low resting heart rate. You should see a low stress score. In Julio's case, it wasn't happening. He was seeing a high stress score. He was seeing a high elevated, or let me rephrase that, a higher than normal resting heart rate. And by the way we do it with Garmin is look at your resting heart rate today, compare it against the last 4 weeks. That's a key component right there. Somebody could say to me, Rob, is a resting heart rate of 50 good? Not if your resting heart rate's usually 42. Is a heart rate of 50 good? It's fantastic if it used to be 55, right? So the idea here is you've got to look at your own relevant terms. In Julio's case, he noticed stress is abnormally high, resting heart rate is abnormally high, specific to him, even though sleep scores look good, satisfying appetite, we knew he was hydrated, sleep quality was there. The reason why I wanted to bring it to your attention is this is a clear sign that your body's under attack from a virus. This is the beautiful part about building a historical profile about yourself, because the things that I went through with yourself, those have to be checked off first and foremost. Are you getting enough sleep? Quality and quantity. Are you getting enough food? Quality and quantity. Are you properly hydrated, both from a basal metabolic standpoint as well as an athletic sweat rate? Now that we know that those boxes are checked off, I said this to Julio and I say it to all my clients, the good thing with Garmin is when the numbers are telling us what we like, that's encouraging because confidence comes from quantification of results. Unfortunately, if we're getting, like the old saying goes, what we do to the left side of the math equation, we have to do to the right. If you're going to trust the numbers when they're telling you what you want to see in here, you have to trust the numbers and lean in on them when sometimes they're not telling us what we want to see in here. In this case, all the boxes were checked off. Unfortunately, we knew that he was on the fast track to a virus. He had been going through, unfortunately, he had to go to a funeral. We did some research on that. Not that I was trying to be nosy, but just wanted to see could there be some additional things going on. He had a funeral he went to. A lot of family was in town. The chances of getting sick, even though you've done everything coming in, lots of new people, the stress associated with the funeral itself, there are other outside circumstances that can suppress our immune system, and the chances of you getting sick go up. Now, our goal, of course, is that your immune system is strong enough through food and sleep that you can offset those things, but sometimes you can't. Now, fortunately, and I don't take credit for this, Julio trusted the numbers, and within 48 hours, he was back to normal. He got through the weekend with friends and family. He got through the unfortunate situation of a funeral, but he was able to resume training that following Monday. So just wanted to share this with you. I appreciate the insight in the questions that you guys are asking, just like Julio's, because we want to make sure that we educate. And my goal with all these videos, and thank you, by the way, for taking the time to watch them, is I want you to get educated and get in front of circumstances before they become a problem. So if you happen to have a question, something that you've been through, something that's confusing on the internet, please feel free to reach out to me and my team at contact@coachrobb.com. Here on Coach Robb Beam's YouTube channel, every morning we're releasing new videos. So please make sure that you subscribe and turn on the notification. Thank you for your time today, and we certainly look forward to seeing you tomorrow.